Good morning. It's early in the morning, y'all. And I know most of you are not up. It's Christmas Eve, and you're in the bed. You probably stayed up last night at a Christmas Eve party. Good morning, Mary Woodruff. You're watching? You're up early with me. Are we the only two in the United States up this morning? Y'all, it's so dark in here in my den, and I know that I'm going to be busy because it's Christmas Eve, so I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to all of you. I've got my coffee in hand. As a matter of fact, my ear is hurting this morning. I think it's sinuses. You know, I think we all get a little sinus stuff during this time of year. Good morning, Caroline and Penny and Deb and Alina, and Rita. Good morning, y'all. And there's another Debbie and a Kay Fry and a Ken Mullins. I'm so glad y'all are on here early in the morning with me. I know the lighting's bad, and here we go. It's dark outside there by windows. Is it dark at your house too? Well, let me say this. I've been taking my coffee cup and kind of putting it right there because it's real warm on my ear. And down here under my ear where it's kind of hurting, I guess it's draining from sinus. I want to tell y'all what's happening in my house on Christmas Eve. Actually, it started about 3 days ago. 2 of my grandchildren were here, Isabella and William. They spent about 4 days with me. So one night, we decided we were going to go uptown and eat out like a special thing. So we went to a steakhouse, and I got shrimp, and one of them got steak, and Iz said she wasn't very hungry, so she got a salad. William got catfish. Well, we had a wonderful time and looked at the lights and everything at downtown, and then we came home. And when we got home, I stopped at the kitchen sink in there to do a little work, and I heard William screaming. He walked back to the back of the house. "Big Mama, get back here quick." And I thought, what in the world? He said, "Bring every towel that you have." So anyway, my house had flooded. And while we were gone from, I guess, the toilets, we're still investigating. But anyway, we started sopping up water with towels, throwing it out in the yard. It covered, let's see, 4 rooms back there. So we tried, and so Izzy said, "Do you know anybody with a shop vac?" Now, I'm talking about it's deep. I'm not talking about a little bit of water on the floor. Well, I called the preacher and asked him if the church had one. He said, "No, but I do." And he came over here, got on his knees, and tried to suck up water off the floor and told us to sweep it towards him. So I got the broom, started sweeping everybody. All the grandchildren were working and doing. But that happened. And so after it happened, the next day, a company came in and put these big fans and everything so it wouldn't ruin what was left of my house, and disinfected it and doing all that stuff. So now I've got my table set for Christmas with big fans going around. It's awful. So that's what's happening. But at least I'm supposed to go to Hannah's and Walt's house for Christmas Day, and so they were going to do over there. But they want French onion soup Christmas Day for just lunch. They said, "We want something light, and we'd like you to make some more of that French onion soup." So I've got all my ingredients, and that's what I'm going to do today. But right now, I'm just sitting in the quiet here at my own little house, and just me. Bank spent the night with me last night, but we changed the bedroom since that end of the house flooded. We went down to the other end, and we slept way down there in a different bed. Excuse me, y'all, but my ear does hurt, so I've got this on it like this. I want to know, y'all, is it all right to put a drop of castor oil down my ear? in my ear canal. Y'all know about that to see if it will. Um, anyway, I've had 3 tea cakes this morning, and this is my second cup of coffee. And I'm just sitting here in the den, in the quiet, reminiscing of Christmases gone past. When we gave George the shirt, a T-shirt that said, "I'm the villain." He always used to say, "Why do y'all call me the villain?" We said, "Well, you always give bad news to us. You tell us we can't go somewhere or we can't do anything." So we called him the villain. So the children painted him a T-shirt one time that said, "I'm the villain." So I think about that, and as I sit here alone, I know so many of y'all are alone this morning too. Did you find out what happened? So sorry. Yes, we did. It was what you call it? Oh heck, I can't even think. But anyway, I'll tell y'all later once it's all fixed. Do you have a Cottle silver? I don't even know what that is. A drop in your ear will help. Prayers for your house. Thank you. But put a little peroxide in your ears. Works well. Okay, that sounds good. I have that. Do you have a sinus infection? I think so, because it hurts right here, and I'm a little sore right there under my eye. Oh, that bone, it's tender, but it's not on this side. This side's fine. It's this one. I think I'm going to gargle my throat after a while with salt water. I always do that, and I've got one of those things that you can push water up in your head and it goes around and then comes out. I think I'll do that too. But the house is decorated and the gifts are bought. And I sit here thinking about the birth of Christ, and I'm so glad he came. I'm so glad that the Lord saw fit to come to earth as a baby and let us see how he was, and about how he healed people and how he loved us. And it gives me comfort. It gives me comfort. And you know, so many times, y'all, and you know this is true, we pray so hard for the ones we love. I think when we're on the outside looking in, like we are, we see the situations that our grandchildren and our children get into. Some of them are fine, and some of them need extra prayer. And it is a burden or a heaviness on our hearts when that's so. Because we want to, I guess you would say, change the situation. Is that not so? We want to change it. And we feel hopeless to change it. Or we want to do something to help, you know. But the best thing we could do, the very best thing we could do, is to always put them in our prayers. And always pray for the situation that you happen to be in, or your family or your loved ones happen to be in. And lay it at the feet of Jesus. Lay it at the feet of Jesus and say, "Lord, please help this situation. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to help, but you do." And have faith that he will help your situation. You know, the Lord lets us go through fires. And what that means is that it's trials in our life. And you know this is true. Every time we go through a trial in life, it brings us closer to the Lord. It does. It brings us to our knees. If everything is always going just perfectly, we tend to go on about our merry way and not thank the Lord for all he's done for us. So I think that's important. I'm going to read all these things y'all are putting on here, because I see a lot of good suggestions for my ear and this sinus. It's this side of my head, y'all. It's this side. It's not this side. It's this side. I've got on an old black robe. I think this thing is old. One of you gave me a new red one. It's got a burgundy looking, and it's back there, but I got this one on today. And when Banks came over last night, she grabbed her Big Daddy's robe. When George passed away, I gave most of his clothes away. But the children told me what they wanted me to keep. And one of the things they said, don't give away these, Big Mama. We want you to keep them. I said, okay, what is it? And it was his Hawaiian shirts. George loved to wear printed shirts. He had some with big flowers on it and birds, and he had one that had turtles on it, and they had leaves and plants and all that. And so many times when they have activities at school that they have to have something like that, they come over here and borrow the shirts. And I did not give away his boots because Dallas and William are the same size wear the same size boots, which is 12 and 13, as George did. So I gave them to them. And I kept his house robe. It's a big, gray, big house coat. It's a man size. And it's real fuzzy like this. And a lot of times I just put it on and I put my arms in it and I wrap it around me. And I think of him. Matter of fact, the kids were over here the other day and they said, remember how Big Daddy used to rub our feet? I said, I sure do remember that. We would sit on this couch right here, this one right here. I'd sit at one side, he'd sit on the other, and I'd take my bath at night, and then when I came back in here, I'd lay down on the couch, put my head at that end, my feet in his lap. And he had right here, he had a bottle of lotion or cream or whatever like that right there. And he would massage my feet, and he'd take his thumb and go under the bottom and just really give me a good foot massage. It felt so good. He could certainly do that. And I would usually go to sleep. And he'd finish watching TV, and then he'd wake me up and he'd say, hey, it's time for us to go to bed. So I'd be staggering around trying to get in the bed because I was sound asleep. But look at all these cards that I got. Y'all look at that. Look at that. Look at all those cards. Y'all sent some of the prettiest cards and wrote some of the sweetest notes, Christmas cards, to me. And I have enjoyed reading them so much. One of them was an antique. I don't know what I did with it. Let me see if that's it. Here it is. Look at this. Let me turn it to the light where you can see it. That is a little angel. It's an old-timey card. They knew I loved old-timey cards. It opens up, and you can sit it up. You can sit it somewhere. And yesterday, which I don't even have in here yet, I got some antique Christmas postcards. 3 of them. They sent me 3 of them. And it was dated. It had a penny stamp on it. A penny. That's what they used to charge to send one. A penny stamp. And it was, written on and everything. It was one that somebody actually sent to somebody else. An aunt, somebody. But it was dated 1921. So that postcard is, it's 100 and something years old. About 103 or 4. And it was in great condition. They sent me 3. And they were all addressed to the same person. So I guess they got them at some kind of antique shop or something. And all. So here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try to get back there in those bathrooms. They've got all those big fans going, and they're huge. They're huge. Trying to dry everything up. so that we don't have any mold or mildew or anything like that in the house. Or getting up under the baseboards. I had to take some of the baseboards down because the water went up under those. But I'm going to try to get back there and take a good hot shower. And I'm going to let that hot water run all over my head. And I'm going to gargle my throat. And I'm going to read what y'all are telling me to do. But I take this. This is hot. And I'll put it right there and just press under that ear like that. It feels so good, that coffee cup, because it's real warm. So I've been doing that too. I don't know where all y'all are from. Somebody's got a grandson 4 months old. So precious. Yeah, our babies are so precious. They don't know what's going on at Christmas time yet. But you'll have the opportunity to tell them later when they grow up just a little bit. Some of y'all are going to travel at Christmas, so y'all be very, very careful going through the traffic and everything. Be very careful. Don't be in too much of a hurry to get there. Take your time. Enjoy the trip. I remember one time we had a long trip to take, and I checked out a book from the library. It's called The Wardrobe. It's from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or something like that. And I read that book from the time we left. I read it about 2.5 hours going to Tuscaloosa one time, or 3 hours. It takes us 3.5 hours to get there, and because that's where Mom and Daddy lived. And the children still remember that. I just read and read, and they listened. They listened, and we enjoyed that book. And then we read going back. I think I finished almost the whole book as we traveled. But you got to think of something to do. I know that they were little. They still believed in Santa Claus at the time. And we were going to have Santa Claus there at Mom and Daddy's house. So we put all the toys and the presents and all that stuff in the back of the truck. You know, we've always had a truck. And so we covered it with a tarp, and they never knew. They never knew. I think one of them got a bicycle or something. We had all kinds of stuff back there. And we took our time, and anyway. So that's what happened. I'll tell y'all more about the house when we get everything done. It's about the birthday of my nephew. Oh, yeah, a lot of y'all are having, it sounds like you're having babies right here at Christmas time, little Christmas babies. We had a girl in our church that had her baby, I think 2 days ago. They had planned a little shower for her, but that didn't happen because she had her baby. And a little boy. Everything's good. But I just wanted to tell y'all Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Just try to chill out. Sometimes when family gets together, it gets a little rowdy. So just chill out. Think before you say something. Keep your temper down. Don't overeat. Just eat slow and enjoy every mouthful. And remember to praise the Lord. And in your heart, you don't have to do it out loud, but in your heart, be thankful for all God has done for you and yours. Remember to pray for those who are without, and do what you can for them. We have several churches here in town that have meals on Christmas Day for families that can't afford things. We have several churches that do that. And then we've got a Christian service center that is really super good. If you go in there and you need a coat or you need something, they try to help people. They try to help people with a coat or food. We give out food every Wednesday all year long at the Christian Center, and you can come and get what you need, canned food or whatever. And a lot of times during the summer, the farmers will carry things to the Christian Center that they've grown, so they can get some fresh things. and toys and stuff like that. They got all kind of stuff down there. Heck, everybody in Andalusia carries things to the Christian Service Center and Meredith's Miracles. Both of those are wonderful places that help people. Our Meredith's Miracles is helps families who have children that are in bad shape, that have to go to a bigger hospital than what we have here. And so we buy gas cards for them, or we buy a hotel room, or something to help them on their trip to wherever they have to go to get their child well. So Merry Christmas to all of you sweet people. You know you're loved. You're loved, you're loved. I thank you for following me. I thank you for all the cards and gifts that you've sent, and homemade things and bought things, and y'all are so precious, and I appreciate every single thing that you do for me. It's just a blessing, and I appreciate it. My grandchildren say, "Can we open that gift for you, Big Mama?" They love to open stuff. I said, "Yes, you can," and I'll sit right there and watch them open it, and or open a card and read what y'all put in it. Am I getting sick, y'all? I hope not. I'm fixing to go in there and take my shower and get everything done. Put me on some clothes. It's almost daylight. I've been up since about 4:30, and now it's 5:40. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless every one of you, and Merry Christmas. And I'll probably see you on Christmas Day, just a little bit. I may see you before then. I may do a live again today. We're going to the candlelight service tonight at church. It's real special, and so we'll have that and read the Christmas story. It won't last long. Some of the children come in their pajamas on Christmas Eve night to the church. Love y'all. Merry Christmas.